everybody. How is everybody doing? How is y'all's Thursday? I better check to make sure that I had planned to stream. Hold on. That would have been funny. Yes. yes. Okay, how is everybody doing? I am doing well. Today was a good day. I didn't do a whole lot. I just worked. That's pretty much it. I worked. I also I am pet sitting. Just a heads up. This is probably going to be a short stream. Um I forgot to put that because I have to leave to go let some dogs out. So, when I originally made my calendar for the month, I did not know that I had two pet sittings this weekend. So, and one of those happened to start today, unless I would have streamed on another day, but it is what it is. But, anyways, okay, a couple of things is in the Discord, we have some things coming up. Sunday, we're watching episodes 3 to 5 of Shogun. And that is to go along with our book club book for the month because we're also reading Shogun. So I have it separated. Uh the series should go as best as it could with the book. So that is Sunday. We also are reading for the indie book club the poems from the heart, so that's probably going to be a short book, but that's not until the end of the month. What else? I know there's a lot of Shogun watching that we're doing this month. I originally wanted to do anime, like start the anime nights, but then like Shogun was chosen for the book club, so I was like, we have to go. We have to try to watch it too. Like, I just think that's a really neat concept, kind of do. So it's gonna be a short stream. We'll see. We'll probably only get through like one chapter, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Um, so that is coming up. So Sunday night, at 8 o'clock is book club. Watching the shows. I did it on Sunday because, like, again, I'm pet sitting, so I'm not home. I last week when we did episodes 1 and 2, I did stream the episodes while I was pet sitting, but this pet sitting that I've done it before, but like the dog is kind of chaotic and it does not relax or anything. So I didn't think I would be able to stream a video while taking care of that dog, because that dog like requires, god, it requires so much attention. So yeah. um oh, let me show y'all some things. Okay, first thing I'm going to show is um so okay, so Mama Puma reached out to me and she sent me a book. And in this book, okay, she sent me the second book of oh, what is it called? It's a popular book. And I can't remember what is it called? Let me see if I can look it up. It's Twisted Games is the second book, but the first book is not that. The first book is Twisted something. Twisted Love. That's what it was. So, she sent me the second book. I've read the first book, so anyways, so while she sent me this, I got it this week, and there was an extra surprise. Oh man, I left the other thing. I'll have to show y'all next week. But she also made me like a crocheted snake, which I love, but I left it downstairs. So I'm gonna have to show y'all next week. But this here, this here, her son left me uh some some gifts too. I found these in the book and I thought it was an accident, but these look really cool. Like, can y'all see that okay? There's like a glare. So that's Leaf On and then Kangaskhan. There we go. So I got those, which I really appreciate because I actually like Pokemon cards, but I haven't got many. I haven't got many. Um, the other thing I got. Oh, I also went line dancing this week for the first time. I went with what you call it? I have a client that I've been cleaning for since I moved here, and he's like really old. He's like 75 or something like that. And I went with him to a to line dancing. It was the first time I went line dancing. So, it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it. But it got really hard cuz like apparently with this class, like these people have been coming to this class for like a year. And like so like they all know the dances. I do not. Neil, welcome in. How are you? Neil, Neil, I have not forgot you. I know I said this like not that long ago, but I have started to put your stuff together. And I apologize. February was just a crazy month for me. So, it should be in the mail like literally in the next couple days. So, so you should be getting that. I have not forgot. So, Rambling Ray got for February, but like I said, February was a little much, so there wasn't that many, points or anything. But, how are you? How's your Thursday? Of course not. Sometimes it just takes me a bit of time to get things to people. Like, I think this past week, I finally sent, the audiobook to Journey who won the giveaway. When did we do that? Okay, so it looks like we did it on the 25th, and then like I just sent it to her just the other day. Pretty good overall. I have about half of it left to go through. That's true. That's true. Because you're way behind. Neil, I went line dancing for the first time. So I have a client who's like he's I have a client that I've been cleaning for like years, and he's like 75 or whatever. He's maybe older, I don't know. But anyways, I went with him to go line dancing. And like there it's like a whole class. There was like at least 30 people there. It was insane. But like so apparently this class has been going for like a year and so many people like they already know the dances and everything and I'm just lost. Also, Neil, if you haven't seen, look at these cards. Can't really see with this camera. So it's Leafon and Kangas Kong. Mama Puma sent me a book and her son stuck this in the book for me. She also put in a crocheted snake. I need to I forgot to bring it up here to show y'all. Yeah, yeah, I think they look really cool. They're all shiny and stuff. It's hard to see. I don't know if the light would actually help because it just kind of usually glares. And then whoops. I got the Pokemon Lego set. I got Eevee because Eevee's one of my favorite Pokemons. The other ones were just okay. They had they have like the original three starter, like a whole set of them, Lego set, but I'm not like crazy about the original starters like some people. So anyways, I got Eevee. I thought that we might put this together tonight, but I don't think we will because when I made my schedule for this month, I apparently forgot to put down a pet sitting that I had this weekend. Um and so I have to leave to go take care of some dogs. If I had known, because I didn't know until like yesterday when she messaged me about it, I would have streamed on another day. so so it's a short stream. So because of that, we'll have to wait on this because um I'm not very fast when it comes to Legos. Like the typewriter took me like 2 or 3 hours. The cat took me 2 hours. So let me show. So like the cat from the birthday stream, yeah, I think that took me 2 hours. So the typewriter I have to put back to get together. That's not a bad thing. I don't think people expect them to be speed runs. That's fair. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna take me a while. There's like over 500 pieces, so it's gonna take me a while. And then, oh, Neil and whoever else has a scheduling issue, you take a while. I do take a while. I know. I know. I do what I can when I can. So also in the Discord, we are I should be home Sunday night. So we are watching Shogun the series. We're watching episodes 3 and 5. 3 to 5. We're not skipping 4, but yeah, we're watching 3 to 5. Oh, Neil, let me get you a shout out. Ugh. Sorry. But we're watching the Shogun series to go with our book club because we're reading book Shogun, which I'm struggling. I'm struggling so bad with. I am I'm having trouble following the Shogun.
I kicked the shit out of that guy and he didn't explode. He just went flying.
Neil, do you have the 18 plus tag on your stream? Cause if so, how do you work around with the little the clips? Boom, 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 boom. You don't think so? Okay. I don't know. My clips used to. Oh, what I mean is, let's see if I can do. You actually stream shirtless? Is that correct? Am I understanding? Why is my clip looking like that? What in the world? Okay, that one played. Why did that one play? Okay, usually in the past, if somebody has the 18 plus tag on their streams or whatever, the clips won't play. It will just say it does that whole permission thing like yeah, you need to like consent once a month for the yeah, well, how do you do that though? Do you go like is it somewhere in the settings? It is? How did I not know this? Okay, so on OBS for the element, do you mean stream elements? You know, I forgot to pull those up. For the source. So on OBS, for the source, when it's running and does that, there is a button that says interact. I'm so lost. Hold on. I sent a. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have Firebot. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Where is Firebot? Oh, wait. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. Nope, never mind. Where is Firebot? I seem to not be able to find Firebot. How is that possible? I feel like I'm just missing it. Yeah, okay, so I don't know. I don't know where Firebot is. But on Firebot itself, it says the overlay is connected. And it just played the stream. I thought it was. That's why I was like looking, but like it's literally not here. Have I been streaming this whole time without there's no way that I could stream without Firebot being in OBS. Looking between scenes? What do you mean look? Oh wait, I found it. Oh my god, I am so blind. I am so blind. It was in a folder at the very top. Interacting with fire. Okay, nothing's popping up when I click on it. Firebot, interact. It just gives me a blank screen. Like, so that's what I get. Oh, you have to do it while video. Oh. That requires me switching scenes.
Stop flipping. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Good job. Oh, fucking come on. That was fucking amazing.
Do you have to do that
Doing
for
big
every
ass streamer,
clip
motherfucker.
or just once?
Coleman's over here like, Mr. President, get out.
I need to do that then. That I need to do. Thank you. I did not know. I actually didn't know about that. Because I never had a problem with it until. I don't know. I shot myself a minute ago, but it worked fine. Except for I was like invisible. But something's wrong with my screen here. I don't know why the.
I have hairy nipples.
I'd watch Clown Porn.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
So, I have trigger words. And so when people type certain words, they do different things. And so when you get different people who spam those trigger words, that's what you get. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I don't know why I'm invisible. Little Miss May, how are you? How was your Thursday? Yeah, I don't know because your clip was fine. Let's do Little Miss May.
I'm doing this to protect you, okay? You're already hooked. Oh wait, I'm already
See?
hooked.
It's just my clips.
You guys both killed here.
I like your VTuber here. It's cute.
Let me out, let me out.
Are you stuck? Hey, are you stuck? Get her. She's here. Get her.
Wow.
Hey, that's what you did with me.
How have you been, Little Miss May? It's been a minute. Yeah, I don't know what the Chrome thingy or whatever, like, cause it's just on my clips. Everybody else's clips are fine. That's so weird. I know. My stream is very weird. I have issues like this all the time. I don't even know. I don't even know where to go to do the Chrome thing. Like I'm baffled. Yeah. Video shout out at. Let's do myself. Okayus, how are you? How is your Thursday? Let's do me again. See? I mean, I guess I could do cocaine, but, you know, I think sugar's a better alternative. I mean, I don't know. Cause you would think if it was the Chrome, because my screen would be like that, you know? Yeah, it's partially transparent. I know. I don't know how that happens. But why would it just do my clips?
I gotta beat your ass.
I'm not good at this. I don't know how to play this.
See?
Wait, how do I play?
You gotta pick up an object. You gotta pick up an object and basically hit me.
Okay, so I pick it up and then what? How do I hit you with it?
Just the
When
green
you press the
parts.
controller or keyboard and mouse. You missed that. No way.
Just the green parts. But why would it just be the clip? Because the clip is like through Firebot. Good, good. Spent all day watching a trial on YouTube and rearranging my... That sounds not my type of... I would hate to rearrange my kitchen cupboard. Sorry. What trial? Wait, and your little minion was over that one, but the white disappeared? My minion? Are you talking about the dragon? Oh shoot, you know what? I totally forgot to do something. I totally forgot to run OBS under administrator. Court I don't know if I'm familiar with that one, Okayus. Um, I think I forgot to fix something else too. My menu. Wait a second. Wait, Mama Puma, I didn't know you were. Oh yeah, the little white thing is still there. What the F? Are you serious? Is there like evidence and stuff? I think something. I don't even know how to access that. Yep. Is that like. Is. Wait. You said where it was, didn't you? Hold on. That's from Utah? Did that recently happen? No judgment. Because while I clean people's houses, I'm either listening to a book or true crime podcasts. So, filters. There's nothing in my filters. Oh wait, this says for all scenes. How do I get off of that though? Uh, I found it. Why did I have a filter? Oh, you know what? I know why I had a filter. Yeah, I switched over real quick. We're just kind of like trying to figure out. There we go. He's just so easy. There we go. March of 2022, trial just now. Whoa. Has she been arrested this whole time? Don't mean to distract you from your. I always have stream tech issues. Fix! Yes! Okay, that was gonna bug me. Okay, so. Okay, I figured it out, but this is the reason why I had it. I remember now. For Christmas, for one of my redeems, like I have Santa that comes across the screen on the sleigh or whatever. I have to have the Chrome key or whatever because it's on a green screen. so that's what happened. I just never fixed it. But that's weird that it was only happening on my thing. So just an FYI, if you try to green screen me, it will not work. Yes, thanks Neil for stopping by and thank you for helping me. We're probably going to be reading soon anyways. Cuz I need where's my water? Okayus. You're the perfect person for me to talk to right now. I am reading Iron Flame, and I only have maybe 200 pages the most left. So, I made a few comments in my Discord, but nobody has really like talked to me about it. So, and I know if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure you read it. But correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I thought. Okay. Somebody already said that it's going to get crazy by the end of this book. But I don't know. But I will say, right now, as of right now, I think I'm okay with Dane. Now, he kind of made up for during the interrogation room, like that whole scene kind of deal, like with Violet and the professor dude. I mean, I love cliffhangers, so I know a lot of people don't, but I do. But yeah, right now, Dane. Oh yeah, right now I'm okay with Dane. I kind of like the turn that he has made and everything, but the mother, let me just say, Violet's mother right now just seems very sus to me. I think it's okay to be okay with Dane by the end of book 2. Okay. I mean, he did kind of like got the whole like school to revolt, so, or whatever it's called. But Violet's mother seems very sus to me. Yes. Yeah. And I think at this point I think he did. Cuz there's a lot more that he did too, um but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not done yet. The mother. Yeah, big thoughts. What thoughts do you have? It's a complete roller coaster with her. Is it? I mean, we haven't really got much of a glimpse, I feel like. Sometimes she's the biggest bitch, and other times it's like, okay, I can see why she'll do that. Well, I'm sus of her because how she did switch. Like, I don't know, there just seems something. That is true. There's just something that's just off about it because, like, we hear in book 1 how, like, she forced Violet to go into the writers because she was a writer, and like she's done all this stuff to the rebelling people or whatever. So then, like, for the one glimpse in book 2, and she's like, oh yeah, I planned all this. like like I didn't want you to be a writer, but that's where I knew you would be safe. It's just weird. It's just like a switch kind of deal. And then like she was saying that like she planned for Xaden to protect Violet, which is like, I don't know, it's just weird and odd. So there's something, I don't know. There's something off about that part. That's all I know. I believe there is more in book 3 about dear old mom. Really? I haven't read it yet. We'll see when I get to it. I'm not sure when I'll get to it because it depends on the other like book club books kind of deal. So I was ahead of my reading for like the indie book club, and then like this month we're reading poems. So it's like I was able to fit in another book, but we'll see what the rest of the when I could do it. I'm glad you made it through the second though. Almost done. Yes, I'm almost there. But I am enjoying it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm enjoying it more than the first one. Maybe it's the same. I don't know. It's really hard though because when I read the first one, I was like in a reading slump and it helped me get out of that reading slump. So it's really hard to compare. Also, did you see this? Oh, I got new switches for my keyboard. So it should sound much better and not as loud like my other ones. Let's see here. Okay, that doesn't have what I want. Here we go. So, did you see this? So, Agatar is finally coming out. Not just with like one book, it's 2 books. So, one book is being split into 2. Well, yeah, 2 books. So we're going to get Agatar 6. And oh, you watched her interview? Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it. I really want to. What else did you say? I understand that. I'm definitely reading my book slower at the moment. Yeah, that's fair. This last year I was a little slow on my reading. This year so far I'm in a good momentum. I mean, Shogun is kind of like putting a little like I don't know, in my flow. So like um so Shogun, I don't know. So we'll see. I love loud keyboards. Hubs hate my keyboard, but sound really. I hated my red. I had the red switches and I hated them. This just sounds much more better. Like I just feel like that sounds better. Wow, finally counted as watching, I guess. Oh, thanks for your 5 stream streak, Neil. Oh my goodness. Twitch is always weird about something. Oh, okay, so it is going to be a smaller stream today. Just an FYI. I don't know if we're even going to read. We'll see. Because when I made my schedule, I didn't know I was supposed to pet sit. And I didn't know until yesterday, till she reached out to me asking if I was still good to pet sit. So, so I have to leave to go let these dogs out. Text is all good. I will have to aid Kevin. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, the streaks are horrendous. Almost seems based on streamer too. How is it based on the streamer? I have an easier time with some more than others. Why is that? Okay, yes, we're watching Shogun, by the way. We're reading the book too. And I'm struggling so bad. Struggling so bad with this book. No idea. That's weird. I spent bits on some streams and Twitch tells... Really? Is it just lately or has that like been like an ongoing issue? Ooh. Sorry for yawning, guys. Yawn. I was literally modding for someone and greeting everyone, etc. And near end of stream, Twitch was like, save your streak by... What? What? That is so weird. I think it always been like that since it came out. Some streams I'll watch 3 minutes to get it. Other I will have to up to an hour. That is so crazy. I'll be honest, I don't really pay attention to my streaks. So I'm really bad about that. A lot of times because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Maybe we could get through one chapter. I had some long ones, but they kept bugging out. Or WE? What's WE? So now I don't care as much. You know, you would think Twitch would fix that. Like how can they be as big of a streaming site as they are and not fix their tech? Streaks just give you bonus points. It's not really a big deal. Bragging rights that... Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I guess, well, some streamers, like, they have some, like, nice rewards when you get so many points or whatever, so, I mean, for that, I could see it being good. Yeah, so, like, with that, now that you, like, brought that up, I can see it with that. A lot of times I don't try to. Oh, it means whatever. Oh, I never seen it like that. I think I always seen whatever as like WTR. Okay, let's see if we can switch. Hold on, I gotta put this over here. Because this is like a decently sized book. I think it's 500 pages. 5 something. Thanks for the lurk. let me look real quick, cause now I'm curious. The After Queen, the Gambit, Andrea, Huston. Well, the Kindle format says there's 518 pages. So, there's quite a bit. Okay. Let me get get this going. La 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 la. Get this set up. Why is this always an issue? Okay. I think we're good. We're ready. Ready, Freddy. I need to see chat too. Hi. Okay, let's do this. I have thought about maybe getting a third what'd you call it? Desktop monitor, whatever they're called. Screens. I have thought about getting another one just for streaming, just so I can have everything on this right in front of me. Okay, so we started a new book at last stream. We started this book, which is, I just had it, the Gambit, the After Queen, the Gambit, by Andrea Huston, I think is how it's pronounced. So, anyways, so there's this girl, and she's like a princess, and she lives in the castle with her dad, the king, the queen. She has brothers and everything, but so the thing with her though is that she has these visions, but they're only like short glimpses, and they don't always come true or something like that. So anyways, we read the prologue in the first chapter. The prologue was just when she was a child, a couple of her visions that she had. She has a little brother that she was like reading a bedtime story to. And then it jumped up until she was like maybe a teenager, young adult, something like that. And her brother is getting married, and so like they're all getting ready for this wedding. And like her mom, she has a lot of issues with her mom because her mom doesn't like that she has these powers or whatever. I love weddings too. um, but her mom doesn't like it, so there's a lot of tension, and like the queen expects her to act a certain way, and she doesn't act the way she should. So the people with magic like her, Josephine, shoot, they're not called witches. They're called something else, and I can't remember what it was. Stories, welcome in. How are you? How's your Thursday, Stories? Let me get you a shout out since I haven't really started yet. Oh, Neil may have helped me, by the way. I might be able to get your clip to work. We'll see. I don't hear anything. Hold on, let's try that again.
It's called the candy shop.
There we
Don't
go.
put suckers in your vagina, so you get yeast infections.
Who's putting suckers in their vagina? Like, what the heck? No sound, but it worked ish. It did work. It did. Neil helped me figure it out. Good, good. Working on the bookies. Ooh, which book? I just talked to Alter the other day. He's he's coming back streaming and stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm on the wrong. There we go. We were making jokes about Candy Shop by 50 Cent. This someone was like, where else could you put and someone redeemed so full set. I mean, they're not wrong though. Like, you could. I doubt it would be very pleasant, but Stories, it's going to be a short stream. I have to get off by like 10. So I'm reading one chapter tonight. So, anyways, what you call it? So, we left off. Oh yeah, we left off at this wedding. Josephine has a vision, and the vision is basically her like attacking her mom, and that's where we were left off. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know, like, never know, like, it's hard for me to get on sometimes. Especially when I have some surprise pet sittings like today. Okay. Surprise visit, chapter 2. It's the forbidden. Oh, which makes 80. Whoa, that's a lot of chapters. Are they short chapters or long? I can't remember. Okay. Josephine, my father grips my shoulders, shaking me, and his firm tone pulls me out of the tunnel. Why is there a giant J? I blink, becoming lucid again. Sweetheart, is it over? He asked, his eyes darting towards the banquet room door as his manservant waits. Okay, I don't. Stories, I'm not a writer. So I don't know what the typical. Like, what's. I don't know how many word count, like. I work in pages, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, like, how long that is or anything. I nod and release my breath. It is. It was vague and frightening, I whisper. Do you want to talk about it? He asked, squeezing my shoulders. No, my typical. My chapters are about that, depending on... Oh, okay. Okay, now that I could follow. Okay. That's still pretty decent because I feel like 10 pages or so is pretty typical for most books on their chapter length. Like, when I read a book and one chapter has 20 pages, I'm always like, this is such a long chapter. But for there to be 81 chapters, that is a lot. That has to be a big, big book. Like, your other book... Then if the affected romance, that one I didn't think was too long. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I like... Yeah, so this is like a really long book for yours. Are you doing multiple books or just the one? The Infected Romance is 4 volumes? Is it? What does the volumes mean? Which one did I read? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I read volume 1. I have so much more to read. I'm so behind. What's the other one that I read of yours? For Her Sake, volume 1. I did volume 1 of that one. I need to finish that one too. That one was interesting. Where's... Do I not follow you? Well, I'm following you now. Oh, there we go. Okay, okay, yeah, oh, okay. The cover, yeah, the cover looks familiar now. The Infected Romance is showing only volume 1 on your Goodreads. Is the other one's not posted yet? Yeah. I'm so behind. um okay, yeah, I have For Her Sake volume 1. And then I read The Infected Romance volume 1, but volume 2 of For Her Sake is listed twice. And then volume 3, yeah, I'm so behind. On Goodreads, yeah, I haven't published them. You can only see them. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, I do have access to that. But we could. Yeah, yeah, okay, yes. You're right. No, Daddy, not right now. I reply and close my eyes, clearing my head of the cobwebs and the disembodied feeling coursing through me. I was only 5 when my first vision came to me. 3 days before my mother gave birth to my stillborn brother. I warned my mother about the upcoming event, but like most parents of seekers, she was oblivious to my gift and ignored my warnings. Not that she would have been able to do anything about my brother Samuel's death. He was dead for days inside her belly. One afternoon, I saw his colors leaving my mother's body as I played in the nursery. She sat on the floor with my brother Daniel, laughing when she gasped and grabbed her belly. The nanny asked if she was okay, and Mommy said yes. Just an odd pain. But then, but then I saw it. Beams of light fluttered out from her body, transparent yet bold enough for me to see the rainbow of colors. At the time, I did not know it was my brother, but later, as I learned to hone in on my gift, I recalled that afternoon and knew for sure that was the day Samuel died. Initially, sorry, hold on. Okay. Initially, I thought the visions were dreams, but as the voices grew louder, I began to consider that perhaps angels were watching me. My parents never discussed the gods, only God. Therefore, I had no connection to the Paratic way of life. That was the name. Paratic is the name for it's what they use for witches. I had a here we go. My little okay. Paratic. It wasn't until Lima came to live with us that I was introduced to the gods. Ready? Daddy asks, gripping my hand. I nod and keep my eyes on him as he winks and pulls me in. I could do anything with my father in my corner. He has always been, and I know always will be, my greatest protector. My father's manservant opens the door. Nerdy, welcome in. How are you? How is your Friday? Friday and Thursday. How is your Thursday? I wish it was Friday. um, my father's manservant opens the door and clears his throat. The king of Evoca, Octavian Theodore Damus McClin, and the princess of Evoca, Josephine Margaret Mary. The servant bellows into the room as my father escorts me. I have my days mixed up. Anytime I stream not on a Friday, my days are always messed up. I always think it's Friday when I'm streaming. How have you been, though? It's been a minute. Let me check. Hello, Stamp. How are you? Welcome in. How's your Thursday? Okay. I smile and nod as the guests rise, bowing at the waist as we walk by. Their fixed gazes follow my father and me as we take our place at the front. I walk up the 4 steps that lead to the king's and queen's thrones. My mother is already sitting in hers, with my brother Daniel standing beside her. I take my place and stand beside my father, making sure my posture is perfect as I feel the queen's gaze sweep over me. Once the king sits down, the room sighs, and the music and chatter among the guests increase in volume. Daniel turns his head, and our knowing eyes meet. We are the last 2 of the 4 McClin children to be bartered off, excluding Alexander and Cillian. Spoons, how are you? Oh no, did my sound not work? I got you. Hold on, where? There it is. There you go. Spoons, how are you? Thanks for the lurk and thanks for the resub. I hope your day is going well. I appreciate it. Wow, 14 months. That's a long time. I had no idea that you've been subbing that long. Oh, wait, let's do a shout out. Well, I'll do a video shout out. I'll go ahead and do one. Since this is like not my normal.
Oh my god. I dipped my tongue in sugar. Come here, sugar. I dip my tongue in you.
How is that sugar, Spoons? Gonna go play some Trouble. Oh, yes, have fun. Thank you. I like Trouble. Okay, let's continue. Continue. They are bastards, so no royal weddings are in their future. However, when they do come home to visit, which isn't very often, my father doesn't hold back and throw the grandest parties in their honor. I adore my brothers. I have a distinct bond with each of them. Cillian is my protector. Alexander is the one I can relax and joke around with. But Cillian has always had a knack for connecting with me, a soft spot. Though he was that way with Alexander too. He came into our lives as a stranger, just a guard for my mother, appointed by the king of Malin, and after several months, my father's council members discovered his true identity. An identity Cillian himself knew nothing about. It was a long journey for him and my father before they developed a father-son relationship. But for Alexander and me, Cillian became our big brother before he realized he was one. I shift my gaze to my father, who looks up at me and smiles. The music stops, and Brady, my father's manservant, clears his throat. The Lady Regina and the Duchess of Prosper, he announces as Talia enters the room with her grandmother by her side. Daniel's day of betrothal has arrived. I glance at my mother, who sits perfectly with her hand resting over my father's. She smiles with what I know to be a forced smile. She argued with my brother about this betrothal because Talia was Ursula's daughter, but my father refused to change his mind. He made this arrangement with Ursula long before her death. I feel a sick twist of pleasure as I continue to watch my mother, knowing her insides are burning, as I stand and watch her pretend to be happy about my father's choice for her youngest son. I realize perhaps I am too hard on her and make a mental note to try to be kinder. My brother's eyes meet mine once more, and I give him a closed-lipped smile. He returns the gesture, both of us aware of how much he has dreaded this day. It was not unusual for my brother and father to argue about my brother marrying our cousin. Hold on, did I miss anybody? No. Okay. Cool. Cool. I agree and find his chosen wife much more appealing than the offer my mother has suggested for me. My eyes scan the room for the old Duke of Pembroke, but I feel relieved that I still haven't seen him. Good evening, your graces, Regina says, her withered lips curling into a smile as she hobbles to bow. Talia does the same, but she is much more graceful. Her golden gown slips down as she leans over, subtly exposing her breasts, a maneuver I recall Ursula often doing. I watch Daniel from the corner of my eye as he observes his soon-to-be wife. She is a sophisticated, beautiful woman who bears a striking resemblance to her mother. However, she inherited her father's blonde hair, which cascades in long, wavy strands down her back. Hello, Prince Daniel. Talia smiles, showing her white, slightly crooked teeth. Hello, Daniel says, nodding his curly auburn head towards the woman. Shall the children take to the bonfire, your graces? Regina asks, her eyes fixed on the king, her great-great-nephew. Yes. Mary, my grandmother, approaches us slowly, her cane tapping on tapping the hard floor with a rhythmic beat as she walks. Lead the way, Daniel. Her aged face curls up into a smile as she beams at her youngest grandson. Although he has my mother's hair, he resembles her late husband more, who passed away when my father was still a boy and shares a name with our late great-uncle, giving him a special place in my grandmother's heart. Mother, my father rises from his throne and rushes to my grandmother's side. You shouldn't be out of bed. Oh, fiddledee, she scuffs, swatting his hand away. That doctor doesn't know what he is talking about. A cough rattles from her chest, deep and grueling. Her hand curls tightly over her mouth as the cough continues, proving her last words false. Come, mother, my father says, leading her towards her overstuffed chair at the end of the hall, just off to the side of my father's throne. My grandmother smiles as she passes by. Sweetheart. Hi, grandmother, I whisper, bowing my head at her with a grin. My mother, watching me and my grandmother, Mary, eyes us cautiously and says to Regina, Yes, let us start the evening. Father, I say, stepping beside him and placing my hand on my grandmother's arm, I will escort my grandmother to the bonfire. Ah, yes, my sweet girl, always by my side, she smiles, patting my cheek. All right, but if your coughing fits start up, you must come inside and rest, he says, pointing at her. She slaps his finger away, but grabs hold of it at the last minute and nods. I am fine, my son. My father releases a sigh. All right, then. He turns to the room, and my mother nods towards him. He returns the gesture and announces, Thank you all for joining in this most eventful and loving occasion. The brothel ceremony for my son, Prince Daniel, and Duchess Talia of Pasper. Please let us follow the soon-to-be bride and groom as we make our way out towards the bonfire. Mother raises her hands, summoning Daniel, and says, Go on, escort your betrothed, walk behind your father and I. My 15-year-old brother rolls his eyes as he walks down the carpeted steps, extending his hand to Talia. I take my grandmother's arm and follow behind Daniel and Talia at a pace she can manage. You were late today, weren't you? She croaks as she steps outside through the side door of the castle, staying in line with the others but much farther behind. The people of the court swarm around us and move ahead, hoping to secure good seating at the bonfire. I guess so, I shrug. You know, mother. Ah, my grandmother cackles, causing her to cough. Are you all right? I stop walking and allow her to catch her breath. Thank you for the raid! Matsu, how are you? How was stream? Just an introduction. I'm Legacy Bookish. I read books just like Matsu. I do have ADHD, so my streams can be a little chaotic and I get distracted very easily. So it does take me a bit to...
Invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for the follow. So, anyways, it does take me a bit to get through books. So, I do have a Discord if you're interested in that. we do book clubs, we do movie nights. We're actually doing okay, so I'm doing a different book club this week, this month. We have an indie book club too, by the way. But so we have chosen to read Shogun for our book club for the month. So I had the brilliant idea for us to watch the show as we read the book. So Sunday we're watching episodes 3 to 6 of Shogun in the Discord. So here's the Discord link. I hope it posts. Maybe not. That's okay. Matsu, how was your stream? Oh, stream was good. Somewhat tired, but good. Were you reading or were you playing something tonight? Keitrin, how are you? Welcome in. I guess my Discord link is just not gonna work. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let me get the link. I don't know, we'll just grab one from here. If it will let me. Nope. Nope. Cool. Tech issues. I was reading The Murder at the Carriage by Agatha? That name looks familiar, but I don't know if I'm familiar with the book. Is it any good? We just started a new book actually. We're on chapter 2. It's called The After Queen, like the Gambit, by Andrea Huston or something like that. Like, I feel like it's fairly new. The After. Okay, I'm trying to look it up. Just so I can like make sure. Yeah, it was published last year. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, let me see if I can. Why won't it show me? Why would a invite link be hidden? That's so weird. Because it doesn't let me pull up the link. I mean paste the link. There we go. A little slow, but there you go. So is the book any good, Matsu? La 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 la. Okay, we will continue reading. Yes, she nods as her eyes close. Don't worry about me. I always worry about you. I tell her as I grab her arm, pulling her closer to my body while we walk the rest of the trail that leads off the side of the castle. A large stack of wood and hay, intended for the bonfire, stands in the center of a ring of stones. 3 sides of the pit have 4 rows of rising seats forming a horseshoe. A grand stage housing the kings and queens' throne stands at one end overlooking the event. Thank you, sweet Josephine. I lean over and kiss her wrinkled yet soft cheek. She takes my hand and gazes into my eyes. You are a good girl. I smile and attempt to pull away, but she doesn't let me move. Remember that. I nod, and she sits up, saying, remember that. You be a good girl. I frown at her words and then smile. I will. She nods, satisfied with my answer, and relaxes in her chair. I direct my attention to the fire, placing my hand on the back of my father's chair. See, they are lovely, my father whispers to my mother. She tilts her head and says, does she remind you of Ursula? Do not even start, Charlotte. My father scowls, shaking his head. My mother rolls her eyes and sits back against her throne. My father sighs in frustration and turns to me. Josie, would you like to bring down the ribbons? A smile crosses my face, and I nod with delight. Yes. I place my fingers in my father's palm as he hands me the ribbons, one green, representing McLean, and one purple, symbolizing the house of Pasper. We walk down the stage stairs towards the pit, where Talia and Daniel stands waiting for us. First, my father shouts, and the boisterous crowd settles. First, the ribbons that the high priest blessed on the day of the brothel document signing, 13 years ago. These ribbons represent the union of the house of Pasper and McLean. My father turns to me and extends his hand. I place the long, thick ribbons in his palm, and he smiles at me. I step back and return to my seat beside my grandmother. Job well done, she smiles at me. My mother glances over her shoulder at us but remains silent. My grandmother looks at me, and we share a quiet laugh. Talia, Daniel, please extend your hands, palms up, he instructs them, and I feel a tug at my heart as Daniel flips his hand over. The blade, my father says, reaching down to withdraw a dagger from his boot. He unsheathes the weapon and looks at Daniel. Ready? I am, he replies. Duchess Talia? Yes, your grace. Her small voice rings out with conviction. Her nerves appear to be made of steel, my grandmother comments as she leans on her cane. My mother tilts her head to face us as my grandmother adds, just like her mother was. I bite my lip as my grandmother glances at me from the corner of her eye. She knows my mother is listening to her. It was always like that with them, constantly trying to jab the other where it hurts. She is beautiful, I whisper. Quiet, Josephine, the queen hisses. I roll my eyes but concede and focus on my brother. My father makes a slight cut on Daniel's and Talia's palms, then presses their hands together, binding their bleeding palms with a ribbon. The next step is complete in the union of brothel between Prince Daniel and betrothal? I don't know. Duchess Talia. My father shouts, raising the couple's arms and exposing their bound hands to the crowd. Clapping and cheers erupt and grow as the couple turns, each taking a burning torch and placing it in the fire at the same time. Within seconds, the enormous flame rises, towering high above the seats. Gasps echoes through the crowd, and the music starts. Daniel and Talia turn to my father, and he kisses each of them on the cheek. Lead the way, he smiles, and they take off, galloping around the flame pit. The crowd rushes from their seats to join in. While guards move in to surround my father, the four men stay with Daniel as he moves about the crowd. Security has picked up in the last few months, my grandmother comments, drawing my attention back to her. How come? I questioned. It's just a precaution, my mother says, turning to face us. Your father just wants us to be safe. Well, if I were still privy to the council meeting, I would know, wouldn't I? My grandmother scowls. My mother glares at me and says, You are not welcome to the meeting by the choice of the king. If you have an issue, take it up with him. I glance down at the fire, searching for my father, while the queen... Give me a second, guys. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I glance down at the fire, searching for my father, while the queen and her mother-in-law continues to bicker. My father is talking with some men from the court. When he looks my way, I wave him over, desperate for him to save me. He nods towards the men and jogs up the stairs. Come down, Josie, and join in the fun, he says, and his attention turns towards his wife and mother. What's the problem? Nothing, they say in unison. He observes them for a minute and then extends his hand to me. Come, my dear. I stand up and accept the invitation. As we walk down the stairs, my mother complains. They are here. Suddenly, the music stops, and the crowd turns towards the path leading from the castle to the celebration. The Prince and Princess of Malin, Philip and Octavia Ambrose, my father's manservant announces. My heart skips a beat as the words settle in my ear. Reluctantly, I shift my gaze towards the trail, and my gut sinks. His piercing blue eyes draw my attention like magnets. His dark blonde hair falls in a slight wave, and his broad shoulders fill out his blue and gray suit tightly, allowing his muscles to flex beneath the fabric. Philip approaches with my sister's hand in his. Octavia's black hair falls against her shoulders in massive waves, while a petite, diamond-encrusted crown rests on her head. Her soft blue gown, made to fit her figure with perfection, pushes her breasts up and nearly out of the top. She is undoubtedly as beautiful, if not more so, than my mother had been at 27. Her blue gown matches Philip impeccably. The heavy velvet material, well known in Malin for its cooler climate, clings to their bodies due to the heat and evoca. Philip's eyes dart around as he smiles and nods, passing by guests who greet him and Octavia. I swallow as my sister pauses before us. Daddy, she stands on her toes to kiss our father's cheek. It's so wonderful to see you, and you look so well, Daddy says, wrapping his arms around her. You just missed the ceremony. We attempted to arrive on time, but we encountered some rough weather last night, Philip says. My eyes shift to meet the deep ocean blue gaze fixed on me. Hello, Josie, Philip whispers. I inhale and try to speak. Hello, I squeak out. The corner of Philip's mouth lifts into a grin, and warmth washes over me like I only feel when he is nearby. Philip, my father extends his hand. Octavia? My mother squeals as she rushes past me to hug my sister. I'm so happy you made it. The raven you sent about the bad weather had me worried. Tavia says, wide-eyed with a touch of dramatic. I am surprised the raven arrived with how bad the storm was. My father looks at Philip. Did your parents make the trip? Before Philip can respond, King Ambrose shouts, his distinguished voice resonating through the air. Where is that peacock? My father smiles and turns to greet the king of Malin. How are you, old man? The king, Ambrose, tilts his head and says, You are right about that. He leans on his cane and glances at his wife, Queen Mildred. Hello, Millie. My father smiles and kisses her cheek. Hello. The Queen of Malin smiles and places her hand on her husband's shoulder. Philip is exhausted, though he won't admit it. Can we sit? Of course. My mother smiles and takes her second cousin's hand, leading the Queen of Malin and the king up the stairs to the stage. I will dance with you later, sweetheart, my father says, kissing me on the head. Okay, Daddy, I whisper, stepping back from the fire to avoid being trampled by the others who have joined hands in a circle. Lather rings out as the celebration picks up and the fiddles play at a vigorous tempo. Hello, Josephine, Octavia says, but she offers no smile. I nod. Tavia? Philip's mouth twists in discomfort as he watches us. Glad you can make it, I say, trying to make conversation. She looks at Philip and smiles. I won't be able to travel soon. Her hands glide down and around her slightly protruding belly, which is only evident when she runs her hands around the small pod. We are expecting, she says, raising her brows as if she has revealed a secret I should have known. Sometimes my sister believes I know everything and accuses me of failing to warn her about the mistakes she encounters in life. Give me 1 second. Once she fell from her horse and broke her leg, she blamed me for not letting her know ahead of time. After that occurrence, our relationship shifted to somewhat turbulent waters. I look up and meet her eyes and say, Congratulations! Thank you, Octavia says, sliding her hand into Philip's. What? My mother squeals, and our head turns as she rushes back to Octavia. Tavia, she beams, kissing my sister's cheek. Millie just told me. Leave it to my mother, Philip says, shaking his head. However, a smile crosses his face. Tavia giggles and replies, Yes, 4 months now. Oh, you too, my mother coos, placing her hands on Philip's cheek. You two. This one will be the one. This one will be the prince. Or princess, I mutter to myself, and their eyes shift to me. What do you know? Octavia gasped. Okay. We're going to stop there. Because I need to get off. So, okay. So don't forget a couple things that's coming up. Sunday, we're watching Shogun. Excuse me. We're watching episodes 3 to 5. And we're reading the book along. It's for book club. Well, it's more like we're watching the shows along as we read. So it's kind of neat. Since I'm struggling with Shogun so bad on the audiobook, I'm not gonna lie, the show has kind of helped. It's kind of helped some. So anyways, that's coming up. And then we have Poems from the Heart by Linda. I forgot her last name. Let me look it up real quick. It's Linda something. Linda Martin. How do I not? It's Linda Martin. We're doing that on March 28th. So that one, I haven't decided how I'm going to do the questions yet. I may just do like check-ins or something. But anyways, so those things are coming up. I'll be on, okay, I will be doing anime nights soon. My plan was to do it after the holidays, but then like we voted for Shogun, so then I was like, oh, it'd be a good idea to do blah blah, you know? So anyways, next stream, I made a calendar. It's on the Discord. So next stream will be next Friday, Friday the 13th. Hey. This Saturday, I'm going to be looking for book suggestions for the next month book, which the what is the genre? The genre is something. Here we go. I'm going to be looking for suggestions for fantasy. Ooh, this is going to be good. For fantasy. So be on the lookout for that. I have a channel for you to post your suggestions because I pull from there. So yeah, if you're not in the Discord and you have book suggestions, just reach out, I guess. So, okay. Turn that off. Turn that off. Okay. Who will we raid? Who will we raid today? Also, I'm not pet sitting next week. Oh, next week, since I'm not pet sitting, we should totally, like, we'll plan a, we'll probably do the Lego stream next week. Yeah, we'll do a Lego stream, and I'll be building Eevee from Pokemon, because Eevee is the best. Okay. Let's see. Let's see who's on. We could do Neil, Deadeye. Mercy, Mizu. Mizu, I was just on their stream. Ooh, they're playing Disney Dreamlight. I love Disney Dreamlight. Okay, I think I saw Keytrin get on. I forget who I streamed recently too. Keytrin is on. Let's do Deadeye, because it's been a minute since I feel like since I've been on Deadeye's stream. Keytrin, I feel like I just did a few weeks ago. Neil, I think I did a few. Yeah, let's do Deadeye. So, we will raid Deadeye. Ooh, they're playing Final Fantasy. Whoops. They're doing Final Fantasy 14, which I like. I just have not played Final Fantasy just because of the subscription. The subscription gets me because I'm not home or anything, so it's like I just waste my subscription. I might be able to play now though. I don't know. I'm about to get WoW though, the new expansion, because they're having like house decorating in there. So raid. Okay, let's do Deadeye. Let's see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't work for me. It did not work. There we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thanks for the resub and the follows. And I will be on next Friday, Friday the 13th. If not, I'll see you on the Discord. So, bye, guys.
Awesome. She does a lot of book reading for her streams and book reviews, and she actually talks to authors and stuff of that nature.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. What were you reading? English. What were you reading tonight, Legacy? We're trying to burn through the story so that way I can go break some legs.
He really wants to break some legs. And not in the theater way.
Exactly.